Darnold looks, throws it, caught, Minnesota!
We're not going undefeated, you know, I mean, hadn't been done in 50 years, woo, surprise. It's about getting back to it to put the best team on the field next week.
Okay, so we're all watching the same NFL season, right? Just to make sure, because in all of my 15 years of getting NFL information shoved down my throat by good old Roger, I have never seen a start to an NFL season like this one. We got redemption arcs coming in left and right, contenders are falling, dreams are being crushed, but at the same time, some things just stay the same. Because the Kansas City Chiefs through week 3 are pretty unanimously, at the very least, a top 2 team in the entire NFL, right up there with the Buffalo Bills. And if those two keep things up for the rest of the regular season, I don't think anyone will be complaining about yet another chapter in the Mahomes vs. Allen beatdown series, also known as the divisional round of the playoffs. But before we go any further, I gotta talk to you about this video sponsor, SeatGeek. And with the NFL season here, the games are back, and you can go to any game you basically want to through the SeatGeek app, and me personally, I had such a great time at the Panthers-Raider game. It was so much fun, so you should join in on the fun as well. And through the SeatGeek app, if you use code TubFrog10, you can get 10% off of any tickets for not only football games, but they also have pretty much anything you can think of. Concerts and other sporting events are all over the site too, so you can choose whatever you want to go to, and then if you do make that decision, they then rate your tickets on a scale of 1 to 10. So if your ticket is a 1 in red, you know you're probably not getting that good of a deal, but if it's a 10, then hey, that's a great deal, you might as well take it. So once again, use code TubFrog10 for 10% off your next order, no matter what, even if you have used SeatGeek in the past. So thanks again to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video, and with that, let's get back to the video. But while the Bills and Chiefs are splitting the crown for the top spot, and Mahomes and Allen are gunning for the MVP, for now, right behind them are the Minnesota Vikings. I repeat, the Minnesota Vikings, as of September 2024, are the 3rd best team in the entire NFL according to ESPN. And the wildest part about that statement is 3 might be considered low for them, because before the season, when JJ McCarthy went down, Vikings fans were in shambles, and you know, rightfully so. They just lost the future of their franchise for the entire season. But little did they know that they had themselves an even higher draft pick quarterback waiting for his chance to prove himself. And after getting a sneak peek at the secret Shanahan formula, Sam Darnold has been reborn a new man. Through week 3, you could argue there is no quarterback better than Sam Darnold. As of now, he has the most passing touchdowns in the entire league after charring the Houston Texans for 4, and is only behind Josh Allen for the highest passer rating in the league. But the Vikings aren't alone, because what if I told you before the year that the Green Bay Packers would lose Jordan Love for a few weeks in the first game of the season, and would be forced to start whatever remains of the wide back in the NFL in Malik Willis? But then, what if I told you that Malik has been amazing so far? In just 2 starts, Malik Willis has thrown for damn near half of his entire career passing yards, and apparently he can just play quarterback right now, so, you know, just go Packers, I guess. But at the same time, while these fun little success stories are going on, some of the best teams in the NFL have been faced with terrible starts, but it's not really their fault. Injuries have been a major factor so far this NFL season, with a few teams in particular like the 49ers, Rams, and Dolphins, and even more getting the worst of it. But the amount of star players alone going down has just been unbelievable. Christian McCaffrey down in Germany somewhere, AJ Brown, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Isaiah Pacheco, Javon Hargrave, Tua Tagovailoa, DeForest Buckner, Joe Alt, Justin Herbert, Rashawn Slater, Jermaine Johnson, Trent Brown, Debo, Sam Laporta, Kenneth Walker, Thayer Munford, and that's just all off the top of my head. So, I mean, injuries have been annoying for sure. Puka's tanked like 4 of my fantasy teams, but hey, no matter what year it is, it could be 2007, it could be 2051, some NFL teams truly never change, and even in a year like this one, the same is shaping out to be true. Since the Carolina Panthers have seemingly figured out their own set of problems, sort of, the Cleveland Browns are having one of the worst starts to the season in the entire NFL. Yes, they aren't as bad as, like, the Titans, but this team just looks lifeless. Compared to what they were with Joe Flacco last year, it's hard to watch this team and tell me they're having fun, as Browns fans are left with no option but to pray that the Browns maybe find some sort of way out of Deshaun Watson's contract. But meanwhile, The Browns have been one-upped by their misery buddies, as the Raiders and Jaguars are having, bar none, the two worst starts to this season. These were two teams with an unusual amount of offseason hype, where after a year of retooling, both of them were expected to come into this year with a new culture and compete for, at the very least, a wildcard spot, but that is not what happened at all. The Jaguars got plowed by the Bills, which I guess is fair enough. You know, the Bills are a good team. While the Raiders, though, the Raiders allowed Andy Dalton to come back into the NFL and just casually become the first quarterback to throw for 3 touchdown passes all year long in the first half. But still, it's only week 3, and those teams, I guess, still have a chance to come back this season, and other teams do too, because although I did say the Bengals would win the Super Bowl, I still believe in them, though, to, some extent. It's not even close to over for a lot of the teams out there besides the Bengals, too. The 49ers and Texans have still looked dominant when healthy, and if other surprising teams like the Steelers and Saints can remain relatively healthy, who knows? Maybe they can make some noise, but as of now, the NFL is still as tight as ever. I mean, if a few balls bounced a different way for the Chiefs, they could be staring right back at a 1-2 record, so the road to the Super Bowl is wide open, and so far, this season is not only living up to the hype for me, but as of right now, this is on track to be one of the most confusing seasons in NFL history. Anyways, if you like this video, then subscribe, because I got a lot of videos on the channel just like this one. And if you did like this video, watch this video I did a few days back on Eli Manning and whether he deserves to be a Hall of Famer or not. It's pretty good, trust me. And thanks to all my patrons for pledging $1. It truly does mean a lot. But anyways, until next time.